I think a big question that I had on the whole mental side is you kind of got a few different camps of racers that seem to be similar, or at least from the outside looks similar. Like
Mhm.
guys like Plessinger and Roxon and Cianciarulo, Bogle. These guys they seem to have a more laid back, like, life is fun, riding dirt
Mhm.
bikes are fun, everything's fun. I'm not going to, I'm going to give it obviously my best, but
Mhm.
like, let the chips fall where they may kind of attitude. And then some other guys, I mean, like, more like Dungy took it pretty seriously, but also, Webb, they seem a little more laser focused, a little more, I'm going into battle. I mean, not that either one's right or wrong, but
Mhm.
what do you see as the difference between these? And is that just you got to meet those riders where they are?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, I've always said, who doesn't want to have fun? But it's not fun if you're not doing well,
Yeah.
because people are paying you to do a job well.
Hmm.
So if you're not doing your job well, something's going to come short, and that's going to rip the fun right out of it. So I think it's finding that middle ground where you still have that understanding of what's on the line, because
Hmm.
that's important, and it goes back to that respect factor. Um, so it is an individual thing, and I've heard it where, as long as I'm having fun, then I'm going to be riding my bike well. Well, that's good, but it when it's your job, there's a certain element of the fun that is ripped out. I mean, I don't know how people can get away from that. If it was all fun, I mean, if I can go back when I first started mountain biking, it was fun because I did it on my own time. It didn't really matter. And I really did have fun. As soon as it became my job, there was an element of responsibility now to people that were requiring me to produce results. That's the same in the sport. And I feel it's the same in any sport. So I feel you need to find that balance. And some people say it more than others, and some people come across more, like you say, with what Dunge, the way he would always apply himself. He would also want to have fun. I mean, there's no one out there that does not want to have fun in doing their job well.
Yeah.
I think just some are a little bit more vocal about it, and maybe that's, I don't know, that's a personal thing of how you, in a way, maybe cover yourself if it doesn't go too well. I don't
Hmm.
know. You know what I mean? Or maybe that's a way of not putting so much of that pressure or expectancy on you, which that is a good thing. You don't want that on you. So I can kind of see, then this is my personal reading on it, is it can go either way. But I do believe that if things aren't going well, I'm sorry, I don't care. You're not having fun if you're not producing results, and not at this level, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a balance thing too.
So, I mean, have you been working with riders that you think maybe have a little bit too much of that, like, low pressure attitude that you'd want to kind of kick into that, hey, you got a job to do?
Yeah, I mean, we have that, and I get it. It also depends on where the person is in his career, and that's when I always find when a guy comes in as a 250 rider in the beginning, and there's not a lot of expectancy in the beginning because he's got to learn, he's got to gain some experience. Then the application or the so-called pressure that's on them isn't really there, and they tend to have actually more fun because they're not applying so much on themselves.
Hmm.
But then they start to do well, or then the expectancy is higher, and typically the contract's better, and
Yeah.
then these things start to change. So it's a bit of a, you know it is individual, but there's a progression with it.